This year, it is a huge year to celebrate America 250. Not only are we celebrating the history of our nation, but we're also taking the time to honor our veterans as well. Today, we are at Patriots Landing and I'm with the President, Joe Montgomery. We're gonna dive into this beautiful story. Thank you so much for having us out today.
Well, it's my pleasure. Thank you for coming.
So you actually have a really interesting background. You are actually not a veteran and you're not from this area. So why did you want to create this space here in Williamstown?
Well, to answer the first question, my daddy was a Marine. He was a very proud Marine. I was raised by a Marine. Those that have been raised in the military area, or in particular by a Marine, would understand that. I have 9 uncles, they all served. So a very rich history of serving our country and patriotism in my family. When I was in high school, I thought about being a Marine very briefly. My daddy, he didn't talk me out of it, but he sure didn't talk me into it. And I say that because now being a father myself, you always want better for your children. And nobody in our family had ever gone to college. My dad had a huge family. My mom had a huge family. One of the reasons they went in the military because they didn't have anything. So that was burned in my heart. The area specifically is due to the mission statement that's really right behind the camera here. We're a rural, faith-based veterans facility. So when you deep dive into veterans' needs, you'll see in the big cities they have resources. You get even into northern Kentucky, the resources start dropping off a little bit. You get down into Grant County where we are in the rural areas, and the resources are less and less. It's getting a little better, but that, and I love the country.
Yeah.
I love being out and about. So it just all worked out to be here in Grant County. It's a beautiful area. It's centrally located. The people are great. People are nice. The community's been unbelievably supportive. So
yeah.
Very blessed.
Yeah, so let's kind of dive into what you actually do here. You are really, a spot for veterans to just come and work on this beautiful artwork that you see right behind us here. So why did you want to create this space?
I've been doing this about 20 years. And for me, it's a God thing. Again, on the wall behind us here, it says, "I heard your prayer, trust my time in God." And, at the age of 40 is when I got my first little inkling that I wanted to do something to honor my dad, my father, and my uncles. My dad had just had a few health issues, and I was just thinking hard on him, and I thought, I'm going to do something. I didn't become a Marine. I was the first in our family to go to college. I want to just do something. Well, there's a set of cornhole boards right to our right here that say tailgating for troops on them. And I told my team that I'd like to do something for my dad and veterans, and one of the guys came up and says, "Well, what about tailgating for troops?" And we can figure that out. Well, we did. And what that entitled is we would raise some money and we would build 2 sets of the nicest cornhole boards in custom bags. We would start shipping them all over the world.
Wow.
And that was Joe's hobby. And that's how it all started. It's a very long story. It's over many, many, many years, but I was very blessed financially and had the time and the effort to put into it over many years and met a bunch of great people. But really where it took the turn was at the cemetery right across the street from us,
Yep.
Kentucky Veterans Cemetery North. A very long story short, there was an indigent veteran who passed who I'd never met. A buddy of mine called, said, "Hey, we're going to go down and pay our respects for this indigent veteran." So I said, "Great, what day is it?" And he says, "Well, it's at 10:30 this morning." And again, I think that's when God said, "Okay, I got something in your heart, Joe. We're going to figure this out. Get in your truck, drive 40 minutes for a man you never met." And I did. And they folded the flag like they normally do, but they're holding the flag and there's no family member to give it to. So I know, that's what I was just like, oh gosh. So followed the flag into the office. And at that time, they had buried 16 men in less than 5 years with no family. There were 16 veteran burial flags sitting in flag cases around this conference room. And they put a label on the back with the veteran's name. So I was reading them. I was picking up and reading them, Mel. And they had gone to a big box store, one of them up in the northern Kentucky region, probably to buy the case. And due to that, right below the name of the veteran was a big sticker that said "Made in China." And I'm reading these, I'm emotional about this veteran I just saw. It just didn't sit well with me.
Yeah.
As I've told this story 1,000 times, and it doesn't sit well with anybody that a veteran's burial flag would come off a casket, get folded 20 minutes later in a case from China. So we started making burial flag cases. And we replaced the 16 flags. We made 16 over there. I mean, we're 11 years in now. And cornhole boards turned into flag cases, which turned into flags, which turned into crosses, which turned into
everything else that you guys are doing. And you're really going big this year because you are actually hosting a Nation Remembers in September. It's going to be probably the most patriotic thing we have ever seen. What are some of the details?
It's a first-year event. I partnered with some folks who have run big events before, and it's 4 days of God and country. It's going to be September 16th through 20th. It's called a Nation Remembers. We have a website at nationremembersweekend.org. We've got a remembrance ceremony on Thursday night. We got a candlelight celebration at the wall on Saturday night. Friday night's the parade in Williamstown. Wednesday night's the kickoff in Dry Ridge. So really engage the whole community, which was our goal. And again, with the help of the Chamber and Tourism and a lot of the leadership in that area, we've been very blessed to just, have the community say, yep, let's do this. And so we're very grateful for this time with you.
Yeah, it's certainly something that you want to mark on your calendars and come on out. I mean, you don't have to be a veteran. Actually, the more the merrier. It's going to be a really big deal. So if people are interested in either, attending a Nation Remembers or just to support your mission and all the great work that you're doing, how can they do that?
To get involved, you really can go to nationremembers.org. There's a volunteer thing there.
Absolutely, Joe. It has been such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Al.
All right, to learn more, just head over to their website, patriotslanding.org.